So I was going to talk about My Little Pony today, and that's always a fun topic to discuss because it's so polarizing. Everybody either loves ponies or they despise them with all their guts. But I have bigger fish to fry today, so maybe another time I'll talk about that. But what happened today was I logged on Facebook and I discovered that someone that I used to know in high school had killed themselves. They committed suicide. And I wasn't too close to this person. I kind of knew them. I had talked to them in the past. And I guess they never really struck me as the person who had any problems in their life. It was really weird. Um, I have also never had this experience in my life where I knew someone who took their own life. I've never really had the experience of knowing someone and then having them die and like, wow, I have that absence. Apparently, a lot of people who have talked about this with afterwards have said that they've had this before, but I've never experienced it, and it's such a weird feeling. And the weird thing is, when the change happens, it sort of makes you appreciate what you have. That happens when someone that you know dies, because it reminds you that you only have so many days on Earth, and you don't know how many that is. You could die 5 years from now, or 50 years from now, or 100 years from now, maybe. You don't know how much time you have, so if you want to get something done, you should do that now. If you want people to know that you care about them, you should do that now. But it's also big because it wasn't like they died of cancer or something, it was of their own actions, and that really sucks. Because to do that, you have to be in a point where you have to acknowledge that you don't think happiness is something you can reasonably achieve. It's not something that you can work towards and achieve it. Like, fight for every scrap of value in your life that you can possibly get. Like, there's a point where you just gave up. And it's a real tragedy when that happens. And a lot of people seem to share that sentiment because I've been seeing a lot of Facebook posts making a memorial to him, basically typing out several paragraphs about what the death means to them. And it's very interesting, and it is a big deal. Like, I know one person who writes his own music, and he was considering quitting because he just felt down on himself, but when this person, like, when this happened, he said, no, I'm going to get back, I'm going to do it, and that's really nice. I'm glad to see that he got inspired by that. But it just sucks that it takes a tragedy for that to happen. It sucks that we can't just constantly be conscious of these things in our life. Like, we can't keep track of, oh, am I happy now or no? Why or why not? It takes a big event for this to happen. And although the effects of their actions stay in place in terms of how they affect people negatively, in terms of the positivity, like, it doesn't really last. It's like that idea I was talking about a few videos ago where if you uh, if some change happens in your life, it doesn't last forever in terms of whether you're better or worse. Like, if you progress towards something, that's not necessarily better. Like, if you're poor and then you win the lottery and you're rich, it makes you happy, but you're not going to stay happy forever. Eventually, it's just going to become the norm. You're going to be as happy now as you were then, despite having the extra stuff. Apparently, that's an actual concept in philosophy. It's called, like, hedonistic treadmill or something. I'll link the Wikipedia article down below if I can find it, but I just find it so disappointing that it takes that much because it's such a huge explosion of energy. It has such a big impact. 'Cause when someone dies, you don't get them back. That doesn't reset. And the people who were really close to him and are hurt by that are probably going to be hurt by it forever. Especially the parents. That really sucks because they put so much time and effort into raising this person and he's gone. But all the good that comes out of it only lasts so long. It makes me wish that I motivated more of my time or dedicated more of my time to focusing on my life and what I want to do. Especially since I know right now that I'm not doing pretty much anything I want done. I'm not doing anything constructive. And this does make me think about it, but it sucks that a couple months from now this probably won't affect me in this way. And it really sucks. I don't know. Have any of you ever known someone who killed themselves? And if you do, what impact did it have on you, if you don't mind sharing that? I hate doing the whole bullshit YouTube question like, oh, would you prefer ham or turkey? Leave a comment below and put me on the most... I'm interested to hear, though, because I don't know what type of effect this normally has. Maybe I'm just in a closely knit group of people, but I don't know. That's just my experience. And it's very weird how much one person's actions can affect everyone. But it's like, shouldn't you have been there in the first place? It's very upsetting, and I don't know what to make of it, but I guess I gotta talk about it, so there you go.